For the best cat litter when kitty poops, go out and get duty scoops.
I just watched the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. Because I couldn't think of any catchier opening than that. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy! I am in full gossip mode, but I can't say anything, and it's driving me nuts. Anywho, so to keep me on track for the video, we do have a special intrusion, live from the No More Dutch Angles Dutch Angle room. Who are you? Why are you here?
Hi, I'm Robb and I miss my Dutch angle.
Nobody else does. Nobody else does.
Okay, well Batman does.
No, he doesn't.
All right, he doesn't. How's it going, everybody? Got brighter lighting too. So.
Yes, we can actually see you. So WandaVision. WandaVision is one of these shows that no matter what I say, I was kind of afraid of doing this review because no matter what I say, somebody's going to be mad at me. Somebody's going to disagree with me. If I like it, if I hate it, no matter what I say, there's always going to be somebody butthurt out there, which is great. If you want to be butthurt, please comment in the thing below or join the Subscribe Star Patreon. I have Twitch, Twitter. I have BitChute begrudgingly if I have to use that, if I do get suppressed here. And do that to all the creators that you like, that you don't want to go away and disappear. You want him to disappear, probably, though. You know what? He's here, so you can be mad at him for being here. Instead of being mad at me. Oh, so, a backstory. I am a huge fan of 1960s TV. I immediately recognize that, yes, they have the Dick Van Dyke house in the first episode. Second episode is the Bewitched house on the inside. And even the subtle little acting nods that Elizabeth Olsen has to... especially Elizabeth Montgomery in the second episode. Do you think so that she was really doing a Laura Petrie, a Mary Tyler Moore in the first
somewhere
one?
Like a hybrid between Laura Petrie and like June Cleaver maybe, or Donna Reed?
Donna Reed a little bit more, yeah. Now that you mention it, or kind of almost
June
a Lucy.
Cleaver.
It was almost a Lucy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of Lucy. It was kind of a amalgamation of like Laura Petrie, Lucille Ball, and Donna Reed and June Cleaver.
Yeah, when the second episode was clearly Elizabeth Montgomery, down to her mannerisms, down to the way she
spoke. The wardrobe,
spoke.
Yeah, the hair and the house and everything, yeah.
Which I liked seeing. I liked that part of it. I really, really liked seeing all the nods, and this is what drove me nuts about this. So here's where you go. Just go ahead and cancel me right now. This is what drove me nuts.
There's things you like in this. There's things you do like. I like Anna Gasteyer.
Well, that's not Anna Gasteyer. That's somebody else.
It's not Anna Gasteyer? That was Anna Gasteyer.
No, it's the other somebody. I thought so too when I did my original trailer reaction. It's some other. What's her name? Look it up real quick. The neighbor who looks like Anna Gasteyer.
Catherine Hahn.
Who?
Catherine Hahn.
Okay. Not Jessica.
I don't know who she is.
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine. Right. Oh, please, not Jessica Hahn. I could have swore it was Anna Gasteyer.
Looks like her, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But she's good. I mean, she's likable. She's very much that nosy neighbor who's a little too clueless. But I mean, she kind of does add a lot of charm to this.
Yeah, she does. I mean, she's definitely the neighbor. Very the like you said, the nosy neighbor.
So she's the Millie helper in the first episode for sure.
Yeah.
And she's in the second episode, she's not quite a Gladys Kravitz. She's not quite like I'm trying to think of who she would be. Maybe a Louise Tate in the second episode a little bit.
Yeah, sort of the helpful neighbor, the nice kind of neighbor next door that you know, but you really don't know that well, and who just kind of pops in. So but yeah, what I can I go into what we did and didn't like about these episodes?
Yeah, do we want to say... So, before we get into spoilers, we will get into spoilers in a second here. There's a lot to like, a lot to dislike. There's some weird, like, mystery boxy things that they set up, which, for me, it kind of interrupts I'm getting into the 60s sitcom-ness of it. and that kind of.
Well,
but I know that's the
have
plot.
you-
That's the point of it. So it's not like quite a.
have you ever seen Life on Mars?
I saw the sequel series, but I didn't see Life on
Okay,
Mars.
Ashes to Ashes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It didn't remind me of
The-
that so much.
Well, it kind of did. I mean, there were elements of that kind of did. You know, you brought in elements from the outside, from our world into their world, and you know, that kind of thing.
See, that I wasn't too fond of, like when it felt too modern.
Yeah, and there were things that they did that took you out of their reality, which is so quote unquote universe breaking. Not universe breaking in the sense that, you know, the whole it doesn't help you to suspend your disbelief. No, it breaks their universe that they're in, you know, and shows you that it's what they're seeing is an illusion.
Yeah. And I think for me it would have been nice if that were a little much more subtle, and we can enjoy their little quirky sitcom world more.
Yeah. Yeah, there were nods to different elements of the Marvel universe in it, and I'm not going to say what, and so you can.
Well, we'll get into the spoilers in a second here, but yeah. So I'm kind of like,
It just seemed like, you know, you'd be going along, you know, when I was first watching this, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, they're doing I Love Lucy, the Dick Van Dyke Show. They're doing, you know, Donna Reed, Believe to Be. Oh, this is kind of cute, you know. This is, I like it, kind of like this. And then at the end, you know, they snap you back to out of that reality that they're in. Like, and a lot of the tonal, I don't want to call them inconsistencies, but the tonal shifts that it undergoes are very jarring. I know it's deliberate like that, but at the same time, it's just so abrupt that it feels uneven.
Yeah, it should have been a lot more subtle. It should have been. It slows it down so much that you're no longer just enjoying the piece of entertainment, and then it's like, oh well, and of course now I've got. It's really hard to explain. It's really hard to explain without going into spoilers, but you know.
There's one scene where I'm not going to say how, but Vision has to use his powers. And there's a whole dramatic, you know, slowing down of everything, and everything's like, you know, and there's a lot of acting. I mean, it would have been much more effective if he just used his powers, and everyone was like, "Oh, how did that happen?"
Yeah.
Oh no, you're just imagining things, you know. So, and if they played it more like a sitcom, and that where weird things were happening, it would fed more into the sitcom-y kind of world.
Yeah. They could have done it a little more in universe without breaking it. I think it just was way too heavy-handed. In my opinion.
Well, no, like I said, they wanted to do that. That was the idea, but it
doesn't feel right to watch. It doesn't. It's like hitting a wrong note on an instrument. Like you're enjoying the song.
You know.
Yeah. And people are gonna be so mad because they're gonna be like, that's the point. Well, yell at us on the next video, because then we're gonna get into spoilers on the next video. We're just gonna completely do it on another video because that's the only way to do it. So, final verdict on the non-spoiler.
Final verdict on a non-spoiler. I give it maybe 2.5 Chewbacca's.
That low.
I'm not crazy about it. I didn't completely hate it, but I'm not crazy about it. It hasn't roped me in just yet.
It's like it's gonna be an acquired taste, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to where it's gonna go, but these are side characters. You know, I hate saying it. Vision is a cool character, but he's still a side character.
Yeah. When we watched this earlier, I was saying that it kind of reminds me of watching a pilot. I used to live in Vegas, right? And they're in one of the casinos, I think at the MGM at the time, and I think they've moved it since then. They had this little area where you could go in and you could watch the TV pilots. And I watched one that was very similar to the TV show Eureka. And it didn't get picked up because this is how it felt. It felt just a little off, just something didn't quite click, and you can't really put your finger on it. But you would kind of keep going back a little bit just to see where it is, especially since, this is a Disney Plus show, but
little off, little uneven, I don't know. It's like I said, hopefully that gets corrected. But if they're gonna go with a new homage to different
every
television
episode.
series every week, I mean, and it just seems like it's gonna be more and more uneven.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think my final verdict, without spoiling anything, would be probably, I go out of 10 usually. I'm gonna go a good 6 out of 10 on this one so far for these 2 episodes. I did laugh at a few of the jokes. It was kind of gripping in a few things, and we'll get into it with the spoilers on the next video. So if you definitely want to see our discussion on this, then click that one, and that'll be uploaded and completely labeled. And so choose which one you want to watch. Watch both if you like. Yeah, about a 6 out of 10. So
yeah, like I said, I didn't completely hate it. I didn't completely hate it, but it just struck me as just being just all over the place, kind of uneven, and kind of when you wanted to see one thing, they would show you something else.
Yeah. So tell us what you think in the comment section below. Yell about him instead of me. I am Mecha Random 42.
And I'm going to be yelled at.
We'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.
For the blackest of ops when nature calls. Because modern warfare needs a modern cat litter. Because there's no time to answer the call. Duty scoops. Leave no kitty behind.